Hey, good morning, and I hope you guys are doing amazing. So, we're back, and I'm going to be writing on our novel that we've been working on for a while. Currently, we're in revisions, and honestly, the revision process is actually a longer process than I would have expected. Good to know, right? And so, still doing revisions, literally almost done with revision set 2. I did realize I wanted a little bit better clarification on some stuff. Waiting to get chat up real quick, and hopefully we can do that in a second. Outside of that, I hope you guys are doing amazing in your own lives, doing something big for yourself and such. If chat doesn't get up in a second, I'll grab it up somehow else. Somehow we're having a network error or something. Oh, okay, I got it now. Sorry about that. Taking a little bit longer than I thought. I'm going to grab a Kleenex as I'm waiting for this to attempt to come up, and we'll get going. Think we about have it. Okay. Good. We've got it up. That's awesome. I'm going to grab a Kleenex real quick. We'll get down to writing. I do hope you guys are awesome today. Um, I'm less discombobulated than the other day, to be honest, by a long way. So I feel that this should be a smooth day. So I do want to go back and I want to fix some stuff that I don't feel we did justice. I'll go over what I don't feel we did justice to. Let me go ahead and make sure this is all adjusted down. Um, here's what I believe that when I had these guys board our ship back here in 20, honestly, guys, I should have made it more clarified that the guys were traders. They weren't with the corporation. They were with the Illuminati. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we really have a good, hey, driven home, hey, the point is that these guys are with the Illuminati. And okay, no, maybe I did actually clarify this. Hold on. I needed to make sure I had to know now. So despite the risk, I used the ship's console in my quarters, establishing a direct link into the ship. Honestly, I don't think he would need that, but whatever. Let's just. It only took me seconds to find out a ship had docked. To find out a ship had docked. Then I patched into the bridge security systems where I could watch what was happening. Akio was arguing with four men who appeared to be corporate officers, backed up by six soldiers. The argument was tense, with the officers appearing to want Akio and Captain Coach to surrender us and the ship to them. It seemed Akio knew something was wrong with the situation as he accused them of being traitors and working for the Illuminati. With that, the deception was up. As one of the officers told the others, looks like we'll have to eliminate them all. So this is reasonable actually. I didn't realize I had fixed that at all, and I thought that basically I had left it vague. So in our last revision, I must have actually touched that and got it fixed, and it just was in my mind to that it hadn't been. Let me double check that we have sound because that's been an issue, and then we'll shoot to chapter, I believe 21. I kind of want to give Sarah a better death than she got. If you guys didn't know, Sarah catches some rounds in the firefight. I'm literally okay with that to a point, but at the exact same time, it's a little bit crap. You know what I mean? So let me find it, see if we can make it better, if it needs to be made better. Outside of that, man, hope you guys are doing awesome. Okay, so that's after Sarah's already been hit for sure. I think. Oh, okay. So I've jumped us all the way to where Amelia's messing with him. Hold on one second. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Find Kiara. I don't know why I spelt her wrong. Oh, okay. So, not understanding, did we at one point have her name being different and change it? Because it seems that we changed her name. Ah, who knows? Let me head back here. I gotta double check this, guys. Is it Kiara all the way through like that? And then I got all the way here and decided to start using a K? Guess so. Good to know, right? Okay. Yeah, I was just all over with her spelling, huh? Okay, let me go up here. Let's find where we left off and let's fix some stuff. I actually do want to find where we killed Sarah because in all honesty that's so they killed Bruno right there. Okay, Sarah and Brenda were not armed. Okay, we've got that. Okay, here's Sarah dead. When I turned back, I noticed Sarah slumped over Salvador. She was still her body lifeless. Mm, it seemed. Okay, she was still her body lifeless. Sarah had been shielding Salvador as she worked to heal him and was hit. Okay. Let me figure out how we reword this. I do want that to be what happened, right? She was shielding Salvador and attempting to heal him during the firefight, and she just took a bunch of rounds. That's literally how we're going to have it. Which, reality, you don't have to be the target of a bullet. The bullet can just find you. I mean, with this, it's not bullets, obviously. It's lasers and stuff like that, but, same thing. She worked to heal him. When I last looked, Sarah had been shielding Salvador while she worked to heal him. She was still now. Wait, she was now still. Her body lifeless. Okay, so we've got that part in. Lethal. Is it lethal? Why am I misspelling lethal? Hey, Def M, I hope you're having a great day. I'm trying to find my phone that I usually use for Googling things, but whatever. Okay, hold on one second. I'm just trying to get the proper lethal spelling. I don't know how I'm. Oh, I'm putting an extra A in there. What the heck am I doing? The wounds had been lethal. Sarah. Sarah was hit once in the back and once in the side of her head during the fight. Okay, I'm gonna. With all the chaos, I had not noticed, but she was at peace now. So, we'll leave that like that. I don't really love it, but it's better than what we had. I really thought we had honestly not gave her a just death, but having her shield Salvador and take some rounds while trying to heal him, yeah, that's reasonable. I think we're good there. Let me go to the next area we're at. I believe we got all the way through this chapter in our last thing, and we were at chapter 21. I believe that there's about 30 chapters in this. Let me double check. 31 chapters. These are going to get condensed down though. I'm going to tell you. So this and this, we can get rid of this chapter and dump it into that other chapter. The 400 word part doesn't make a full chapter, and 500 words isn't a full chapter either. I could probably combine several of these end chapters because they're a lot shorter and they're not frequent like I would like them, to be honest. I would like the chapters to be about 1,000 words at least. And so we're probably going to combine several of these chapters. 24 looks good. Yeah, I'm going to combine several of these chapters, you guys. Just straight up reality. So let's look over this. We've got 22. This is right where we're about to be at the impact of when Amelia turns Sam and basically injects him with the virus. Amelia seemed to have come up with a plan already. As I watched her gathering up weapons from the dead troops and making sure everyone still alive had one, Mia asked, "What are we going to do?" They will they will have sent out. Wait. They will have. Okay, what are we going to do? They will have sent out a message. Sent out. That I've got to fix this because in my mind I'm switching this anyway. They will have already sent out a message by now. Obviously, that makes more sense in my mind because my mind's switching it to that anyway. And if they detach from our ship, they will destroy us. Amelia replied, "I have locked them out of their ship's controls. They had already sent off a message before I shut things down. So now we need to deal with things as they are. We need to board them and eliminate their crew." Brandon, Blake, Orion, and Toby formed up on us. Let's add Rory into here. Okay. Brandon, Blake, Orion, Rory, and Toby formed up on Amelia. We need an actual plan, and Salvador was dying. Wait. We needed an actual plan. Crap on this. Let's figure out how to fix this crap. My coffee's pretty good today. Okay, Salvador was dying. So I told Toby and Blake to take him to the medical bay and get him into the regeneration chamber. Then back up with us. Trying to think here. Brandon, Blake, Orion, Rory, and Toby formed up on Amelia. So would have. What is Kiara doing? What the heck do we have Kiara doing? And we need Mia. Okay. Comma. Okay, let's think. The both bodyguards are dead. We killed them both. Bruno died. Frank died. Where's my sheet? Sorry, guys. Frank and Bruno are iced out. Washington's iced out. Oren's still alive. Rory's still alive. Mia's still alive. Man, we killed a lot of people. Okay, I know who's still alive. That's what's important. Okay, Brandon, Blake, Orion, Rory, Mia, Kiara, Toby, and I formed up on Amelia. Salvador was dying, so I told, oh, let's get rid of Toby. Looking upon. Okay. Brandon, Blake, Orion, Rory, Mia, Kiara, Toby, and I formed up on Amelia. Blake and Toby. Get rid of Toby out of there. Get rid of Blake out of there. Okay. Brandon, Orion, Rory, Mia, and Kiara, and I formed up on Amelia. Blake and Toby still stood in shock, looking upon the dreadful sight of Sarah's tragic remains. Okay. Surviving. Boom. Okay. I knew they would need to gather themselves if they were to have any chance of surviving. And Salvador was. Okay, and Salvador was still laying there dying. So I told Toby and Blake to take him to the medical bay and get him into the regeneration chamber, then meet back up with us. That we're cool with. Hey, it sucks. How you doing today? And how you doing, Kilman? I hope DefM you're also doing well. So we now have fixed that part. I feel we have a proper, hey, we iced her out. We got her iced out in a noble way where she's shielding somebody and takes some rounds. Salvador's going to survive. Salvador will probably reappear in book 2, just so you guys know. Um, I'm going to do the write up on book 2 later on. Good. I'm glad you guys are doing good. The rest of us made our way to the sealed doors of the docking corridor between the ships. Amelia moved to the control panel, saying, "They will have a team waiting for us. Some of the crew has already um, gotten suits on." Do we want to explain the suits on? Well, I think I'll figure out if that needs adjusted later. But I can shut down life support and send their security robots to attack them, so we have less to deal with. That's a good idea. Oh, this is one big old quote, huh? We can wait a few minutes for some of them to die before we turn things back on and rush them. That's reasonable, I feel. We quickly readied. Wait. We quickly readied ourselves. I'm gonna. We readied ourselves. We readied ourselves for what would come when the doors opened. As I remembered the medical nanite injector I had taken earlier from the medical bay. Quickly, I injected it into my arm, hoping it would stem the pain now shooting up it. Um, I injected it, hoping it would stem the pain now shooting up my arm. I made sure I knew which pocket the remaining injector was in, then checked my weapon and prepared to board the corporate ship. It took only seconds for Amelia to shut down the life support aboard the other ship. Then we waited a couple minutes, letting time do its work. We readied positions, knowing the corporate soldiers in the corridor already had donned spacesuits. Let's make these space combat suits, right? Okay. Donned. Oh, space combat. Combat space suits, space combat suits, whatever. It only took a few minutes for us to get enough containers and other items to create firing positions to provide us cover. See, that's a good choice right there, guys. As Amelia opened the doors, laser fire ripped through the air. This is where we know that Rory can create shields. We all had good positions, and the first volley of laser fires hit our defenses. This is when we opened up. Orion's plasma rifle was more effective than our lasers. He managed to down two of the soldiers. Uh, wait. Okay. He managed to down two of the soldiers by. Okay. He managed to down two of the soldiers by himself with our opening barrage. Let's say during our opening barrage. Amelia was extremely accurate and managed to strike one with a lethal hit at the far end of the corridor. I managed to hit one in the shoulder, but he had now taken better cover and was still in the fight. The rest of the shots missed their targets, though, and now it was a free for all. Okay, so let's throw up some stuff in here because we need a little bit more oomph in this fight. We're not quite to. By the way, very shortly after this, we're going to be really at the where we're coming into the introduction of the. Yeah, see right here. Watch this. So we've got right here. He's on the planet. So we got three chapters, and in all honesty, I'm probably going to combine these last few chapters because they're so small. So this chapter, he's on the planet, and this is the first. Hey, I'm separate from my people. Let's get back here. So we're less than three chapters from the Space Vikings. Let's just say that. Okay. Defensive position. For a brief time, it looked like we would be unable to break their defenses as more soldiers came in the corridor to take positions, giving them the advantage in numbers. Then Amelia moved forward as Rory, because we know Rory can use magic to shield people, right? We've got Rory in here. Let's double check. Shield spell. See? Oh, watch this. Okay, then Rory cast an acceleration and shield spell upon Amelia. With that, Amelia moved forward, firing at a blistering Firing at a blistering rate. While providing suppressive fire. Well, Mia cast a spell. Boom, right? Mia. Okay, well, Mia pushed forward to cast a spell. The spell worked to take down 6 of the soldiers who seemed to die a horrific death. But Amelia was hit in the abdomen and slumped back on and slumped back out of the corridor doorway to cover. Let's pull that a little bit. And let's change it from Amelia, to be honest. People always trying to call me in the middle of stream. It's not going to be Amelia hit anymore. I'm going to hit Rory, guys. Or, yeah, we're going to hit Rory. So we're switching it. It's no longer Amelia that gets hit in the abdomen stuff. Let's remember that, right? It's Rory that gets hit. And so let me figure this out. See, I'm going to have to change a bunch of this now that we've decided Rory was hit in the abdomen and slumped back out of the corridor doorway to cover. The panic it created was enough, though. As the soldiers saw what happened, they moved to retreat from the corridor. And as they left their defensive positions, they became easy targets, allowing us to kill most of them in their retreat, which is true. That would be a real thing. Um, Rory was wounded but still conscious and now back on her feet to our surprise. Um, let's give Rory some healing powers, right? It's not going to be that. Let's see. How are we having her do this? I'm wanting her to use some kind of vampiric life force drain on one of the wounded people. Okay. She seemed not to be bleeding. Okay. Her bleeding seemed to have stopped as it became clear she was using some kind of magic to draw life force from one. Okay. We still needed to take the other ship, though. We quickly moved aboard the enemy ship through the corridor before Kiara sensed the soldiers stopping us just around. Okay. Before Kiara sensed the soldiers forming up again just around the corner, where they had set up another defensive position. Okay, so that's not great wording, but we're going to leave it because it's not horrible. And honestly, I'm going to do another revision through where we just deal with wording. That that seems like where we would do it. We would have to fight through them to make it to the bridge. Orion had Amelia, and I stacked Orion and Amelia. Um, Orion had Amelia, and I stacked up on him. Orion, Amelia, and I. Let's just have them stack up. I don't know what they're on him. Doesn't make any sense. With a plan of us making the first move with a follow-up attack right behind us from uh and this would be a follow-on attack. With a follow-on attack right behind us from Rory, Brandon, Mia, and Kiara. That is when we noticed they had re-established life. Well, of course they re. This is pointless. We re-established life support. We changed that. So let's pull that out. Okay, we moved quickly, hoping to gain some level advantage, but as soon as we came around the corner, they began firing. Oren's armor took some of the hits, and I managed to get a shot off taking down one of the soldiers. But I get hit once in the leg and once more in the arm, which now not seem to function, which now was completely non. Okay, which now was completely non-functioning. I had fell to the ground, and as I laid, uh, and knew I would be dead in the open, rolled to get to cover. I don't think Brandon is here. Okay, never mind. Then Brandon, Mia, Rory, and Kiara came around the corner. Mia began to cast a spell as she was hit in the chest. Did we kill Mia in this? Dropping her to the ground. I think I saved Mia's life, but the fire back and forth lasted for several more seconds. Okay. The fire back and forth lasted for several more seconds before we had taken the corridor. Mia seemed to be alive, but she was severely wounded. I managed to crawl to Mia and struggled to get the nanite injector out, still dealing with the pain from being hit. I finally was able to inject her, hoping to stabilize Mia and keep her alive. I knew I would not be much help wait, with a ruined arm and wounded leg, but we had made it to their bridge. I don't know if I like that at all. Hey, good morning, Avalonis. Hope you're having a great one. Okay, so we've got our guy jacked up. We got Mia taking one to the chest. We've got Kiara spelt wrong again. I don't even know how that keeps happening. See, at one point, I must have had it spelt with a K or something. I don't know what the heck happened there, but Kiara, whatever. It doesn't even matter, right? Let's just make it the same name. What can you do? Let's look over this. Okay, so Toby and Blake arrive. Thank God, because in all honesty, we're all crap shoot at this point. We've got Amelia still up. We've got Araya, Kiara. Rory's still up too. Is Amelia? Okay, as Amelia, Orion, Kiara, Rory, and Brandon formed up on the door to the bridge, Blake and Toby arrived. It seemed we had the advantage, and soon things would conclude. I watched as Amelia hacked the door, and as it opened, fire erupted. The amount of fire was far more intense than I expected. Within seconds, Brandon had been hit in the ribs and legs, dropping to the ground, and a burst from a plasma ripped through Toby, striking him several times, including once directly in the face. That's death right there. Plasma round to the face is you die. Toby was instantly lifeless, as Brandon was now wounded and grasping for breath. That would be true. The fight only went on for a second or two more, and we had taken the bridge of the other ship, but at a huge cost. So we've just killed, what's his name? I'm gonna get him crossed out too. Okay, Toby's dead. Toby dead. Man, holy crap, did we jack everybody up? And I wounded Orion, right? We wounded Orion back here. Okay, no, Orion's not wounded. Okay, we're good. Wounded, wounded. Everybody else is pretty much dead. Got Zach dead, Sam's dead. I mean, no, Sam's not dead. I apologize. Sam's our main character. I freaking. Captain Coach dead. Zach is dead. Washington's dead. Frank's dead. Bruno's dead. Ryan and Rory are good. Mia's good. Akio's dead. Dead. Brandon's alive. Toby's now dead. Salvador's wounded. Blake's up. Okay. We significantly decreased the cast right there, right? As Amelia Orion. Okay. Da-da-da. Toby was instantly lifeless, as Brandon was now wounded and grasping for breath. The fight. Okay, so here's where that's reasonable. I think that that's realistic. With the fight for the bridge, Blake noticed his. Okay. Okay, with the fight for the bridge now over, Blake. Blake, still ga- gasping for air, noticed his younger brother's Toby's lifeless body. So he's not gonna go into a rage at all. This is not happening. Um, obviously he's not up. We just shot him through the lungs and shot him through the leg. Like legitimately. Okay, so I think that this is reasonable. He's gonna go into a complete emotional collapse. Amelia commanded Orion to get the wounded to the medical bay. So Ryan and Brandon carried Mia first back onto our ship to take her to the medical bay. As Blake stood, Blake isn't standing guard at all. Okay, so let me fix this. Obviously, Blake's not standing guard. I'm gonna change the order of this because it doesn't make sense. Because I got Mia with a injector, and so Mia's stabilized. You know what I mean? So let's fix this. Blake first back onto our ship. Okay. Carry Blake. It's not first, it just does. Carry Blake back onto our ship to take him to the medical bay. As Rory stood guard in case of an attack from the remaining ship crew. And we'll just get rid of this. Yeah, there's no way Blake was gonna do all that crap we had him doing. Like, legit, we have him hit in the lung and in the leg. He's down. Everybody agreed that he wasn't about to go and do crap. Like, he's down. See, and then we have Kiara spelt right again. I don't know what happened where I was spelling it all over the place, but it is what it is. Kiara moved to me with a look of concern while helping to keep watch. Oh, good. Soon a couple of the ship's damaged security robots arrived from what looked to have been hunting down the remaining crew to stand guard over Amelia. See, this would be reason one they should know something's up, right? Amelia has the robot standing guard over her as she worked to establish and take control over all the ship's systems. Amelia soon reemerged from the bridge, telling Kiara and Blake she would help Mia. Mia's already. Oh, what the heck? I really did have it as Mia here. Blake. Is Blake down? Wait. Blake. Telling Kiara. Telling Kiara and Rory she would help Mia to the medical bay of the newly acquired ship, and she would help me there. Okay, telling Kiara and Rory to help. Okay. Amelia soon reemerged from the bridge, telling Kiara and Rory to help Mia to the medical bay of the newly acquired ship. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Oh, Rory. I don't know why we have Blake doing crap. Blake's down. Blake is not doing crap. Honestly, I don't know how I had Blake doing crap. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. He was obviously not okay, and yet I had him continuing to do stuff after he had been hit in the rib with a laser round and frickin' the leg. He was clearly out of it, right? Um, Okay, Amelia soon reemerged from the bridge, telling Kiara and Rory to help Mia to the medical bay of the newly acquired ship. She then walked over to me and lifted me up, helping me to my feet. Okay. The idea of relief from the pain was a reassuring one, and Kiara and Rory left carrying Mia to the medical bay. Okay, a reassuring one. As I watched Kiara and Rory leave, carrying Mia to the medical bay. Period. Amelia looked as if she. Okay. Okay, as we made our way behind them, Amelia looked as if she was examining me with mixed intent. This is true. Amelia was shockingly strong and able to lift me up with. Oh, lift me up. My leg was not working, but Amelia was shockingly strong and was able to lift me up and swing me over her shoulder with a single motion. I could now sense the unnatural nature within her, the nanites flowing through her, and what seemed to be other modifications, including a similar one to the AI implant. So that I'm reasonable with. I feel that we're good with. Here's where I think I'm going to end up having to combine some stuff is 22 or 23, 21. I feel that this isn't a full chapter and this isn't a full chapter. I have further develop here. I have further develop here, but like literally that's not even 500 and this isn't. Even if I develop both of those, they're maybe going to be about 1200 words. I'm not really feeling that's super effective. Um, I did want to change some things in here, honestly, so let's look over it. As we arrived at the medical bay, Kiara and Blake had already. No, Blake is not involved. And Rory had already gotten Mia into a regeneration chamber. I could feel myself losing the ability to stay focused and knew I had lost a lot of blood and possibly was going to shock. That's when Amelia told Kiara and Rory to go back to the ship and check on the others. Then, as soon as they left, she laid me on the medical table, then went to work at one of the stations. She had drawn a large amount of blood from herself and was watching, which was teeming with her nanites. Then she walked over and held me down as she injected them into me. As I lost all consciousness, I found myself grasping for air and my heart pounding. Something was wrong. I knew poison was flowing through my body, but what poison? I felt my heart slow and lost consciousness. I laid there strangely aware of my dreams and could feel the spread of the nanites through my body. My dreams were vivid and dark. I watched myself rot away and reform again and again. I was dying over and over, each time in detail beyond my understanding. I felt the connection to the machine as I was placed into the regeneration chamber. I knew my body was in agony and it felt like fire flowing through my blood. So I do need to expand these details. I honestly don't have that in my brain right now, though, guys. So we're going to leave that as expand details. And in all honesty, when I come back on Friday, we're probably going to hit this chapter again anyway, just to be honest. Half conscious, I found myself on the table again. So this is where it's not going to happen like this. This is actually about to be deleted out. So So this whole her putting AI in here doesn't happen here because we already established that we did it earlier. So weirdly enough, I'm going to delete this whole section right here. I know, that's pretty freaking extreme looking, huh? So honestly, guys, because there's such a big change and because I'm absolutely cutting parts of this, I'm going to rewrite this on Friday. I want to be able to think through this all the way because this is likely to become one section here. Honestly, this is going to become one section. And I'm not even going to pretend. So let's do this right off the bat. Right? Further develop, bump, actions. Can I just delete this section? Okay, remember that it's 23 that we're deleting. I could fill. Let's go to our plan. 23 right here. I'm going to have to figure out how to delete that. I honestly don't know how yet. So let me go over this better. I think that I'm going to need to fix some things. Today, I think I'm going to stop right here because I actually need to figure out how I'm going to fix it. I don't want to be messing it up more. I noticed it's super easy to mess crap up while you're in the middle of writing, and I don't want to do this where I do a whole bunch of, hey, let's destroy what we did. Seeing who else writing. I like to try to raid over to people that are also writing, although that's not always an option. So we're going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I'm going to get a 4-sided dice. Or I'll get a, yeah, I got a 4-sided dice right here. 4-sided dice right here. It is number 4. So I don't know this person right off the bat. I'm going to raid on to them anyway. I do hope they're doing awesome stuff with their writing and at least visiting with people. It looks like they do writer dash sessions and have all kinds of books already. And so good for them. Hope they're doing awesome. Try to show them some kindness. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. I'll be back on with Entropy Universe tomorrow afternoon. And on Friday, I'll be back on writing. Peace, very best wishes, and you guys have a great day.